I'm sure many of you have been excited for Boruto to reach the time skip ever since that opening sequence in chapter 1. I won't lie, that moment is one of the best opening sequences to any sequel I have ever seen. It's filled with so much intensity and jam-packed full of so many questions, and honestly, the series would not be the same without it. I sometimes see people complain about it because they say it spoils the outcome of everything pre-time skip, but honestly, I couldn't disagree more. Without it, there'd be so many moments in the series which we just wouldn't question, such as Kawaki losing his karma or his friendship with Boruto, the death of Ishiki, who Kawaki was the vessel for. We wouldn't question any of these, and yet, whenever we think that all is good, we cast our mind back to this moment and we have to start thinking again about what the future has planned for us, despite sort of knowing the outcome. It's the journey to this outcome that is the entertaining bit. Well, I'm happy to say that I don't think we'll have to wait too much longer now for the time skip. In the most recent chapter, chapter 56, Boruto and Kawaki return to the village after defeating Ishiki, the villain who was being built up ever since Kara's introduction. It's here that Kawaki suggests to Boruto the idea of implanting code with a karma to make him the vessel for Boruto, so that Boruto has a way to resurrect once Momoshiki's finished fiddling around with Boruto's body. Kawaki, however, mentions that it's not going to be easy to just do that to Code because Code is strong, like stronger than both Delta and Boro. And it's also revealed in the chapter by Amado that Code is also actually stronger than Jigen and has had to have limiters put into place to make him weaker just so that he wouldn't become the leader of Kara. And it's upon learning this information that Boruto tells Kawaki, "Do you know what we shinobi do in times like these? We train." Now, think of some of your favourite battle shonen. Now, think of their time skips. Do you see a little bit of a theme building up there? It's an incredibly common trope, but it's one that works. Each and every time skip usually starts and ends with some form of training. This is so that the author can skip ahead to a point where the characters in question are mature enough and strong enough to sort of stand on their own 2 feet against stronger enemies. Something that both Boruto and Kawaki have struggled to do at times in the series, relying on Naruto and Sasuke to bail them out, as Boruto does mention. He knows that they can't get bailed out anymore by Naruto, and that they must now stand up as the next generation. Also, the main threat, Ishiki, has now passed. Ishiki's dead. Code and of course Momoshiki too are the main threats lingering around right now. However, Momoshiki is still laying dormant within Boruto waiting to make his move, and Code is currently off somewhere with Boro's cult trying to extract information from Ada. The way I see it is that Ishiki would be the villain for part 1 of Boruto, the guy who would then set up the villain for part 2, aka Code. He was also the wake-up call to make Boruto and Kawaki train so that we could get this time skip, and he helped do this by nerfing the older generation, as they, mainly Naruto and Sasuke, were the main ones holding the new generation back. And so I think if you introduced a new main antagonist right now for the pre-time skip era of the series, you'd be diminishing a lot of what we've spent so many years building up to. But you may be asking yourself, when will the time skip happen? Well, here's what I feel confident in thinking the plan of action will be. So, the most recent chapter, chapter 56, is the first chapter of a new volume, as you can see here. Each volume has 4 chapters and each volume tends to end on an enticing cliffhanger to make the reader buy the next one. The volume the most recent chapter will feature in is volume 15. Now, Ikimoto also said in an interview that the plan was to have Boruto finish up within 30 volumes to keep the Naruto franchise at no more than 100. Now, obviously that number can change, as it so often does in the manga industry, but if that is the literal case, then volume 15 is technically the halfway point. So it stands to reason that now would be the most logical time to propel the story forward at the end of volume 15. I can picture it now, the end of the volume, chapter 59, being when we finally get confirmation of the time skip. Maybe by just seeing a snippet of Teen Boruto right towards the end of the chapter, just as he's finished his training with Kawaki, because that way it's just a little bit of enough tease to make people like you and myself, the readers, then go out and buy volume 16, which will then kick off the entirety of the time skip. I want you guys to get in the comment section down below. Let me know whether or not you think that the time skip is right around the corner and volume 16 will kick it all off. Also, make sure to leave a like on the video as well if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're not already to become a member of this Senpai Squad. We'll have many more Boruto videos coming your way, as always, very, very soon. But until then, peace.